Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. Let's go one more time and take a look at the ZEBEC price, because now more than ever it's becoming much more apparent that the fifth wave that we have been talking about of an impulsive rally is very much in motion, as we can see at the moment here for ZEBEC, and it's become a little bit much more clear that we are very much in a bullish stance here for ZEBEC. I mean, over the last 2 weeks, a lot of people were worried of, the sideways price action that we had been seeing. But I was saying that, look, that's actually happening because ZEBEC had actually front-run the market so much that other players were just trying to play catch-up with the ZEBEC price, just catching a breather. But I think we are back and we're going to be accelerating very much quickly. Here, I'll show you my new price target. I've been targeting 1.4 cents, right, with the impulse body, but I've just upped that a little bit and I'll be sharing that with you today. But before we start, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm in understanding that, yes, this video may be short and straight to the point, but very much relevant for the community wide there. So let's get back to it. I think we were focusing on the last update on the shorter time frames here on ZEBEC, and that actually is looking very much good. I mean, if you want to be a little bit nerdy and try to understand each and every single nitty-gritty on this price chart here, we can say, okay, look, we have got this slanted inverse head and shoulders pattern, which you can say, okay, this whole thing is like one shoulder. This is the head, and then of course we also have got another shoulder in the making right there. This actually is a structure that is very common of late in the market, and we have seen it time and again. We have seen it, of course, on things like SUI back in 2024 when it was, marking the lows by the end. Maybe we could also refer to this token price chart where you see, somewhat of this, inverse head and shoulders patterns by them. So coming back to ZEBEC, I mean, we are, confronted with something that we have seen a couple of times, or maybe even much more. I don't have time to go through all the charts that I have seen, but it's also very much clear that that's exactly what we are doing here. And on top of that, I mean, you can see that we're breaking this whole downtrend here. The price came back down a little bit on this area, and it's looking like we have a perfect bounce right there. Obviously, the one thing that you need to say, okay, this has been a successful back test is for the price to go ahead and take out this high. Let me just go ahead and zoom in nice and easy and let you see exactly what I'm trying to say right here. So we'll be anticipating the price, I mean, for confirmation's sake, to go ahead and take out the high that is right around 0.0045, right around that level. And this will be, officially a perfect back test. So just like what we saw with structures like SUI and maybe even the token price, I mean, you really get into a stride here and you start pushing towards, the upside once you get something like that. Yeah, it's looking great. I was saying that we could get a little bit nerdy and try to figure out what's happening here, okay? We say this is our support level, which we know clearly is a support level. Then we start counting some kind of microwaves in terms of like Elliott wave theory. And what we'll be saying here is that, okay, look, this is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and this is wave 5. And this basically makes wave 1, right? And then from there, what you're anticipating is an ABC correction, which I think clearly we can see here. This is an A, B, C correction into like the support one more time. And as things are looking right now, what you would normally see once again is a repetition of like another wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and guess what, we are looking for a fifth wave, which usually takes the price higher than wave 3. And yeah, there is no hard written rule that the fifth wave is going to be shorter than wave 3, but I would actually suggest in situations like this, as we get more and more bullish, we could also see the price get to right around, I was calculating it a little bit earlier, maybe the top here, which is right around 0.005. I mean, pretty much nothing in the context of where we eventually expect this whole thing to go. But I mean, remember what we were talking about here with ZEBEC, that we have been in a wake of accumulation pattern for a very long time. And this whole wake of accumulation pattern, as you see it here, was complete and we broke out. We have a nice back test here, and our fifth wave here, I was anticipating it to go to 1.4 cents. But I'm just going to be changing my price target real quick, and I think that I'm going to be upping it just a little bit much more here. So what I'm doing is I'm taking off Fibonacci retracement 2 from the top where we peaked back, I mean, towards the end of May, and all the way to the bottom. What I'm now doing is I'm now looking for a full Fibonacci extension, and that is taking the price all the way to something like 2.4 cents, right? So this is where I am right now. A graduation from 1.4 cents basically to 2.4 cents. So from where the price is sitting at this point, I'm anticipating the next rally to take us to right around a 500% a pump in terms of like gains that we can anticipate. Yeah, obviously in crypto, if you say 5x, that sounds like it's very, very small, because we are exposed to gains like 10x, as like, I mean, the bare minimum that you can do to say, okay, I've had a successful bull run. But remember that, you know, we had a chance to buy ZEBEC back down here. So by the time you get to 2.2 cents, actually, that's a massive feat right there. So let me just show you real quick. If you would get to 2.4 cents here, that is close to a 22x. So that's where the price is right at this point. I think we are still maintaining our bullish stance right there. Obviously, my price targets are not the end all, right? I know some people have got as high as 20 cents for ZEBEC. I think that if it really kicks into gear and we start taking into consideration things like maybe a Coinbase listing, which I think for me at some point is really going to be something that is inevitable, right? Then you can also take a look at the Binance listing potentially. I think these things are in the pipeline because the way the team has been working and the kind of partnerships that they've been, you know, managing over the last few months and stuff like that, that doesn't look like a lazy team, right? I know people say that it's a scam and whatever. I don't try to defend anybody. I don't know their intentions, but, you know, at face value, it appears that they are just going in the right direction, and I'm very much sure that they have got these big exchange listings on the pipeline. And then obviously, I mean, just looking at it from a regulatory environment, the Genius bill just passed in the United States, and they have also been pushing for, you know, something to happen also in places like the United Kingdom and stuff like that. So I mean, at face value, the company is looking like they're just doing it the right way. Don't be discouraged by my price targets, but it's what I'm doing. Yeah, and some people definitely have got higher price targets than I do, but I'm looking out for what is very much simple and very much realistic for me. And yeah, that's where I am at this moment, right? As you saw, I changed from 1.4 cents to 2.5 cents, 2.4 cents. I can also still change my price, I guess, in the future, higher or lower, depending on how the chart is looking. But for now, the chart is looking actually very much great. Now, before I go, let me invite you to Wix, the exchange. They actually have a fantastic welcome bonus here, like, you know, up to 30,000 USDT in terms of like a welcome bonus. And of course, on top of that, a 20% deposit bonus. That's really fantastic. The link to that is down there in the description. Just go ahead, click on that, register with the referral code, and you're good to go. On top of that, I mean, if you are somebody who probably is not confident yourself in your trades and you don't know much about, you know, futures trading and stuff like that, go ahead and take a look at the copy trade feature that they have right there. And if you want to copy my trades, just go ahead and type in crypto front on the search trader button. Once you do that, you'll be able to find me. Go ahead and copy and see, you know, the kind of trades that I'm taking, right? So automatically, if I open a trade, you will now be able to just automatically copy them with no hassle. Obviously, you have to keep in mind that since it's copying, if I win, you win 100%. If I lose, also you lose as much as I do. So the most important thing here now becomes, you know, the win rate. How much are we winning? If we can win more than 66%, I think we're good to go. I want to thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family. Please subscribe if you want to see more ZEBEC content, and I'll see you on the next one. Take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.